Gus March Phillips. I have a mission I want you to lead. Thank you, Sergeant.
What's the plan?
To neutralize the German U-boats in the North Atlantic.
We're losing the war. Hitler is not playing by the rules, so neither are we. We both know that I'm not very popular with the administration.
The reason they find you unattractive is the very reason I find you attractive.
I mean, it was one of those projects which I've been doing this for 24 years now, and probably one of my favorite jobs that I've been on. It was much needed. It was a lot of fun working with these gentlemen. Obviously, always great fun working with Guy because he's so talented. And we got to be out in the Mediterranean Sea for most of the shoot. It was magnificent.
If I'm to do this, I'll need my own team. You won't like them. They're all... mad.
They'll need to be.
This is an unsanctioned, unauthorized mission. If we fail, England will be condemned to a lifetime under the German boot.
There's a lot of creative freedom. It's about, he creates this environment where any idea can count, but it's also very comfortable in the sense that people can make fun of each other as well, and there are no tears on set. There's just the sense of, right, we're here, we're a troupe of professionals trying to create a fun and interesting, engaging story. And that's what it's like, and every day is fresh. I mean, you'll have the script, but you're not necessarily sticking to that. You'll read your scene, and those are the bones of the scene, essentially. And then the dialogue can change. Anything from, you went from having all the lines to having no lines, or you went from having no lines to a 2-page monologue that morning. And initially, that's a little nerve-wracking. You get scared, but then you realize you don't need to be scared, and everyone's there to support. And you're never going to be hung out to dry either. He's never going to hang you out to dry in the edit. No matter how good or bad your scene is, he'll make sure you look as good as possible because it's good for the movie. And he's got a very discerning eye.
Well, he's just great with actors. I mean, you know, you look at all his films, the characters are so nuanced and interesting. And he's just an amazing storyteller. And he just loves working with actors. He really understands our actors' process. I think he's an actor himself, really.
He is.
You know?
Yeah.
And,
He wouldn't
So good.
say it, but he is.
right?
Yeah.
And so you feel comfortable. You always know that he's got your back and that he's going to bring out the best in you. And he's so relaxed and confident. So that's it. Yeah.
It was an actual boat. We had an incredible crew who it was fascinating to watch them work, and I was lucky enough to spend some time with them because there are some scenes where I have to pretend to know what I'm doing, and I'm definitely pretending because it is incredibly technical. Even just the verbiage and the jargon, like the words are just. What was that a word that you said? Like, as they have like, yeah. I won't go into it, but it's incredibly complicated, and I have so much respect for those guys, and it was such a treat to be able to kind of do the real thing.
Yeah.
So now you can do it by yourself, maybe? Sail?
Yeah, he could do it by himself. He'd die. But, as we all would.
We all very quickly lost count. We tried at the start, and Henry Golding, he's top of the list there. He's very efficient in some of the scenes. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, I was going to bed every night. I think that's like 16 today, and then yeah, very quickly I just stopped counting because Henry Golding is.
I do wish Henry and Alan were here. Unfortunately, they're both working, but I would love to see the debate that they would have, because I feel like Alan would come out on the gate and say, "Well, you know, I was the hunter and I did this and this," and I feel like Golding would just turn around and say, "Yeah, well,"
that would be good to watch.
Yeah.
Your operation are reckless. Abort this mission now.